Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today the Houston Astros star third baseman Alex Bregman is leaving the Astros and going to the Boston Red Sox, signing a 3-year, $120 million deal, which is it's not really $40 million a year because there is deferred money in this contract for Alex Bregman, but this was the most money he was going to get. He's still making around $10 million more than what the other teams were offering him. He had on the table with the Tigers 6,171, and with the Astros it was 6,151. I think it was 6,155 with the Astros, or 6,156. But this is a tough topic for me to talk about because, I'm thankful for everything Bregman did as an Astro. He's helped win 2 World Series. His defensive glove at third base was spectacular. Got him a Gold Glove, and also Silver Slugger. Was an MVP candidate in the 2019 season. Was tremendous and has had really big postseasons for this Astros team. I know there's been at times where he has, had some really bad struggles in the postseason and has not showed up at all. In the regular season, but he earned at least to begin in the regular season. But where he has come huge for this Astros team is in the postseason, like 2022 for the Astros when they win the World Series. He goes 15 for 51 in that playoffs, in that whole playoffs, and batting average was almost 300 with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs, and was just only 6 strikeouts in that postseason as well during 58 plate appearances. And so he was just amazing in the 2022 playoff run and other postseasons for the Astros. And the amount of clutch hits I've seen from this man in the playoffs for the Astros is insane. So I have so much respect for Alex Bregman for what he's done as an Astro. It's, a great player. He's a good person. He's done a lot for the community, even though I think Alex had no plans of re-signing this team. He was still a week ago was still doing charity stuff for kids in Katy or I think it was either in Katy or Sugar Land for kids, and still the last couple months has had an impact on the community, even though I think he's had no plan. Honestly, I don't think I know there were fans that got optimistic for a minute that he was going to actually return because there was some talk Altuve was willing, which I want to say let's give credit where it's due for Jose Altuve being that willing to make a move that could have really put an end to his career. I don't think moving to left field would have been good for Jose Altuve at all, and so he was willing to risk his career becoming a little bit worse for him just so Alex could come back to the Astros. And so credit to Jose Altuve. That's the realest Astro you're going to get. And look, I have respect for all the guys that have left. Like, I have respect for Bregman, Correa, and Tucker, and Correa, Bregman, and Springer, the guys that have left. And I'm not saying I don't have respect for Tucker. I mean, just he was traded. I'm talking about the guys that have left in free agency. I know all of them decided they wanted to get money, and that's fine. And I'm grateful for what they've done as Astros. But the respect I have for Jose Altuve compared to the other guys like Alex, George, and Correa is much more higher. The respect I have for Jose Altuve compared to those 3 is much more higher, and that is a real Astro right there. And he will do anything for this city, which I think all of these guys would. The same thing with Alex; he'd do anything for the city. Same thing with George or Carlos, but Jose would do anything for this team. I said when there were some talks about Alex potentially coming back, I said he'd cut off 2 fingers for this team to re-sign Bregman or for this team to have a better chance of winning. I said, obviously, I don't think I wanted to cut off 2 fingers because I think he, defensively and offensively would become a worse player if he only had 8 fingers. But if there was a chance of them re-signing Bregman or this team becoming a better team, he would have done anything. He really would. And I shout out to Jose Altuve. Now Alex Bregman is gone, And I have a mixed opinion on it because, like I said, I have so much respect for him. I'm so grateful for what he's done. But this ended in a very ugly way. And he could have got some very good money with the Astros and been somewhere where he has had a lot of success, and he didn't do that. And look, I think it would have been a better deal for him, honestly. If you ask me, you'd rather sign 3 years, 120, 6, 155, 156. But in the 3/120, there's deferred money, and you could be playing on a better team where you've called home since 2016, on the 6/156. I would have, if this was me, I would have chose Houston, because of some of the money things. Because you're making money longer, you're making good money until, you're 36 years. Bregman's 30, right? Bregman's 30. He's going to be 31 at the beginning of the season. So you're making good money until you're like 37 years old. So I would have chose the Houston contract, but he has opt-outs at the end of each year of this deal, which will be interesting. And he goes back to the team that originally drafted him. Obviously, the Astros drafted him second overall in 2015. I don't know how many people know this, but the Red Sox drafted Alex Bregman in the 29th round of the 2012 MLB draft. But he didn't sign with them and then went to LSU. Obviously, we know he had some great success at LSU. Then he gets taken second overall by the Astros in 2015. And now, 13 years later, he is going back to Boston. Was never with Boston, never actually signed with Boston, but was drafted by Boston in 2012. Went to LSU, but he actually ends up in Boston this time. But one of the first things I did once I learned about this, I was at the Rockets game, and the first thing I did after learning about this was look up immediately when the Red Sox come to Houston, and it's August 11th. If anyone's wondering, I'm thinking about potentially going. I know tickets are going to be outrageous, so that's the only factor of potentially not going. But I'm interested. I'm down to boo or cheer for this guy. Honestly, I would cheer for him and get up and clap for him and scream as loud as I can, but I would potentially boo him too. Honestly, I would treat it how the other Astros fans treat it. For instance, if I went to the Astros game on August 11th where they played the Red Sox, and let's say Astros fans want to respect Alex Bregman, they want to cheer for him and get up and salute to him. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it right with them. And then let's say I go to the game and they decide to boo him, I'm going to boo him. It's just I am still a big Alex Bregman fan, still have respect for him, and still so grateful for what he's done. But I am very upset with the way things ended here. Ugly with him and his agent in the contract negotiations, and so that's really tough. But I'm going to let the Astros fans decide whether when Alex Bregman returns on August 11th, he is cheered for or booed. If I had to choose, I couldn't imagine Alex Bregman being booed. It's just something that it wouldn't seem wrong, but it doesn't seem right. But I think Alex Bregman probably deserves to be cheered for. But if we're just basing it off of how everything finished out with him in this team and his agent, definitely an upsetting thing. But if we're gonna go and talk about the Red Sox, he's going and he's gonna play second base there. Obviously, I don't think anybody thought he would play third with them having Devers and Trevor Story at third and shortstop, where positions he's played before, played short in college, played third with the Astros. But look, I think you could definitely still see him at third. If you want to put Devers at the DH, potentially you could see Bregman play third, or if Devers, God forbid, I don't want to see this happen, but if he had an injury, you could see Bregman still play third at times. But I think his primary position this year, going to 2025, will be second base, and it's going to be interesting to see him play second. Because as an Astros fan, I never watched him at LSU. As an Astros fan, I've watched him play third base my whole life, so I'm interested to see what he'll do at second. But let me know your thoughts on the signing in the comment section for the Boston Red Sox. I think it's a solid deal for them. It's a lot of money going to Alex, but there are opt-outs in the deal, so that there is no guarantee Bregman's going to actually be there the full 3 seasons. But it definitely makes their team better. And another key factor, which I think is another reason why Alex went to Boston, is the domination he has had in his career at Boston. And over 1.2, like 6.9 OPS in Boston. I've watched this man kill it for the Astros when going to Boston. He did it last year. He had some crazy home run last year against Boston and absolutely killed Boston when the Astros made their trip to Fenway last season. So if we're just talking about fit of how he's played in their ballpark, I think this was a good fit for him. But at the same time, as an Astros fan who definitely doesn't really love the Red Sox, I hate seeing him going to Boston. Like, I would have, if Bregman, it's not just the fact that how things ended, but it's also like the team he's going to. Like, if Bregman went to the Blue Jays, a team I really like and support because I have respect for George Springer, I would love to see Bregman and Springer together. Or same thing goes with AJ Hinch and Bregman. I would have not been as mad at this signing if Bregman went and teamed up and reunited with guys I like AJ Hinch in Detroit, or the Blue Jays and Springer. But it's to a team I dislike in the Red Sox. Hey, I guess I can say at least it wasn't the Yankees or Dodgers. Let me know your thoughts of the signing in the comment section, and peace out.